guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my Flawless Summer Foundation Complexion routine. This is the complexion foundation routine that I would do when I am going to be going out somewhere, and I'm actually heading out somewhere after I film this video. So I wanted to show you guys how I create the flawless face that I like to do during summertime. So let's just go ahead and get into this because I'm super excited to show you guys how I just transform this face. So let's get started. I went ahead and moisturize. For moisturizer, I used my Youth to the People Super Air Whip Moisture Cream. This is actually my second one. Between this one and the Summer Fridays Cloud Dew Gel, those are my absolute favorites for the summertime because they're just so lightweight, but you guys can literally see I'm almost done this. If you guys watch me on Instagram stories, I literally always talk about this when I'm doing my morning routine. So we have that on the face. It has melted in. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is apply our sunscreen. So this has been my go-to sunscreen. This is the Tatcha, the Silk Sunscreen. And this is great because it does have 50 SPF. It also works great not only as a sunscreen, but also as a primer if you do want to apply this underneath your makeup. So I like to make sure I shake it well. And I'm honestly almost done of this. I purchased this during the Sephora sale, the spring sale, because I was like, this is not the cheapest. I want to say it's like $60. So I really have been obsessed with it. I love how it melts into the skin. It's also really nice and hydrating, which is another really good thing. The only thing that I've been noticing about this product, which I'm not the biggest fan of, and it's not even the product, it's the packaging. So this packaging right here, if you guys can see it, like it peels off and then it like gets on your fingers, and it's just been a hot mess for me lately because I'm like, why do I have these little things on my face? So I haven't been the biggest fan of the packaging, but the actual product is really good. You guys know Tatcha is such an incredible skincare brand. They do such a beautiful job with their products, so it's always nice to find really good quality products. And when it comes to my skin, especially sunscreen, I will splurge. Or primer, because I want this to be flawless, long wearing, and just look absolutely stunning because this is gonna be my full coverage makeup routine. I love using the new Milk Pore Eclipse Mattifying Poreless Primer. This primer is so good. I mentioned this many times, several videos. I've showed you guys multiple ways to use this. I've been using this myself for my makeup routine, especially when I want something to be long lasting and just looking nice and flawless on the skin. And I'm just applying this in the areas where I have like my enlarged pores. It also does a good job of quickly absorbing any of those oils that you may have laying on top of the skin. But I highly recommend this primer if you haven't checked it out. For the summer, it's excellent, great for mattifying and also for that blurring effect. And what makes this so unique is the fact that this is such a pretty consistency that it still works really well with people that have dry skin, normal skin, and also of course people that have oily skin. I've seen people that have dry skin say that actually enjoy this because the consistency is really easy to work with. They also have a travel size if you feel like the large one is too expensive for you, you want to test it out first. So definitely check that out. I feel like I'm almost done with this, maybe like down a year, but I've been using this a lot. Now we're gonna move on to foundation because I'm sure you guys are like, what foundation is she gonna talk about? There's so many foundations, but the one that I always gravitate towards when I want that super flawless, perfected foundation base is this Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. I've spoken about this foundation several times, and I've been wanting to do a video where I almost kind of review it and show you guys why I love it so much, and I finally got to it because this is truly what I use for my flawless foundation routine. So this one is in the shade 122 Medium Tan, and I actually recently got this shade because I was using the shade Medium 120, which is my perfect winter fall shade, but I picked up a tan, and now this one in 122 Medium Tan works fantastic. This foundation has such a beautiful finish, which you guys are about to see. You know what this kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the Armani Luminous Silk. So we have this, as you guys can see, and I'm just gonna be taking my favorite sponge, the Juno Co sponge. This sponge is absolutely amazing. It's the bamboo microfiber sponge, and I'm going to be using the flat side of it, which you guys can see is dirty because I use this. And I'm using this side because I like to really press down the foundation into my skin. It just really has it melt in, and it looks stunning. You guys always ask me how I use a sponge or if I wet it or how I use it. So I like to dampen it just a little bit, nothing too intense, because this sponge is already so soft. But even when you do dampen it a little bit, it's not like soaking wet. You guys know how with sun sponges, as soon as you apply them, they're like soaking wet and they absorb so much of the makeup and it almost separates the makeup. This does not do that. This does a beautiful job of just melting in the makeup without taking away product or making it look like the product is separating. Look how stunning that looks. And this color matches me really well right now. I love how lightweight this foundation is, but yet still provides you beautiful coverage. Because I feel like sometimes some foundations give you such beautiful coverage, but they just feel really heavy, and this doesn't feel heavy. I always wonder why more people don't talk about this Meteor foundation, because it's honestly so pretty. I feel like for me, one thing that I love to do in the summer, especially when it comes to foundations, I love using a foundation that is full coverage but really lightweight, because in the summer, if I'm gonna be going out and I want the foundation to last, it's gonna be hot AF outside. So I really want something that's going to make sure that it stays on all day. And for me, in order for things to stay on really well, especially because I do sweat very easily, I need to layer powders on top. I need to layer products on top to really kind of build that really secured makeup base on my skin. So for me, doing this is just very essential, and it is key to just having a very perfected, beautiful finish all throughout the skin. And if I have a very lightweight foundation and then on top I apply concealer, loose powder, pressed powder, blush, bronzer, all that stuff, as I'm layering on top, I know that it's not going to be heavy, look cakey. It's all gonna layer on very nicely. And that's something that I would definitely recommend you guys, is getting products that layer really nicely on top of the skin, especially the foundation, starting with the foundation, because that will really allow for everything else to just go on top so beautifully, as opposed to like super cakey. And I also love this because it's not sticky. Like, it literally is not sticky. Once it's on the skin, it just melts into the skin, becomes one. This gives me luxury vibes, and it's actually on sale right now for $18. Also, I do have a coupon code, the Mexican Beauty, where you guys can save yourself 20% off your order. And that does apply to this, so you can even get more of a discount, which is always great. And now the next step that we're gonna go ahead and do is we are going to go in with our concealer. One that I really love, that I feel like not that many people talk about, but is so good, is the Morphe Filter Effect Concealer. This is in the shade Medium 12. It's just so lightweight. Like I said, I'm all about lightweight products. So what I do here is I just apply this right here. And I like to go in with concealer because I love me a good concealer. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna take my same sponge, because I love this sponge to blend everything out, especially my concealer. But I'm just taking my Juno Co sponge, and you guys can see how beautifully this is blending into the foundation. I'm just immediately gonna go in and apply powder. I like to slowly blend out the powder with a brush into the foundation, and then like seamlessly blend that out, just so that it doesn't look like powder and then nothing else on. So look at how flawless this already is looking. I feel like once you have foundation and concealer on, the eyeshadow just looks amazing, like 10-10. Now we're gonna move on to our bronzer and our blush and that fun stuff. So the first product I'm gonna start off with is my current go-to. This is the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. What I like to do is I like to go in and take the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer in the shade Medium. I love this product. It gives you just very natural bronzing effect. It just warms up the face really nicely in a very natural way. This was kind of the natural product to like the bronzing family almost, because he does have his contour sticks, which are absolutely amazing. They're super pigmented. If you want a lot of pigment, you're gonna like those. If you want something more natural, something that just evens out the complexion, this will be really good. So I applied that first, and then I've also been really enjoying these huge Makeup Revolution bronzers. This is the Mega Bronzer in the shade Warm, and I apply this like all over the areas where I just went in with the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer, because I'm just setting it. So I'm setting this product so it's all locked in, especially since, like I said, I am going to be going out. And this goes back to what I said earlier, how this is why I like to use a very lightweight foundation, because when I go in with a very lightweight foundation, everything can layer on top really nicely, not look cakey, just look very beautiful. Okay, so now I'm gonna be taking blush. These new liquid blushes by Makeup Revolution, so good. Makeup Revolution did the damn thing this summer. First of all, these bronzers, mega size. Like, come on, this is gonna last you forever. At Ulta, affordable. Then they just came out with these blushes and I cannot get enough of them. They're truly so good. I love these two shades right here. This is the shade Savage Coral, such a pretty pinky shade, and then a light pink shade in the shade Dolly Rose. These two together are like a match made in heaven. They're so pigmented, and I'm about to show you guys how this looks. So I first like to go in with 1 dot of Dolly Rose, and then I go in with 1 dot of Savage Coral. Like that. Then I'm gonna be taking my e.l.f. Putty Brush. People always ask me about this brush. It's meant to be for like the putty primer, but I love using this for blush or any cream product. It honestly works so beautifully, but look at that. And I will say again and again, these blushes go very light-handed with them, especially Savage Coral, because this stuff is pigmented. Like if you go with a lot, you're gonna have a lot of blush on. So just a little heads up, but look how gorgeous this blends into the skin. It's like a seamless, pretty blush moment. Look at that. Blush, no blush. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I recently made a change on my channel. I'm only posting 2 videos a week now, and it's gonna be Monday and Wednesday, and it honestly took me a long time to actually do it, but I think it's for the best because I've been working nonstop on content. I'm not doing YouTube content, I'm doing TikTok Reels. I'm posting on TikTok every single day. So it's a lot. And then you have like brand partnerships whenever they come up, and you have just your own content to work on and just life. And it gets very, very overwhelming. So I had to cut down a day, and I just felt like it was necessary because I feel like me being able to do that, I would be able to give my content my all and more quality over quantity. I'm really happy I made that decision. So I'm only posting 2 long videos on YouTube now, Monday and Wednesday. And then on Fridays, I don't know if you guys have noticed, my second Friday doing so, but I started posting a YouTube short. So we shall see how that goes. If you guys like the short form videos on here on YouTube, then I'll continue doing them on Fridays to replace that long video. I just feel like it helps me so much, and it makes time for me to really be able to focus on these other 2 videos that I'm gonna give you guys that are gonna be really great long form content for YouTube, and hopefully you guys really like that. So I just wanted to let you guys know, because I'm sure some of you guys have noticed that change, but I wanted to say it out loud, and honestly doing that has been great for me. Like it's honestly made such a great difference, and I just feel like I made a good decision, and I now just need to relax and know that just because I changed my videos to 2 days a week doesn't mean that they're not gonna do as well, or that you guys won't like them, or that you guys will be mad that I don't do 3 videos a week, because I know it's what's best for the long run. So we have blush. You guys can see I love blush. I'm like a blush queen. Blush me up, honey. And now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to apply a little bit of some setting spray. I actually take 2 setting sprays, and I actually learned this technique from I Love Sarai. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless setting spray. I need to get the large one because this little tiny one I'm almost done. So I like to go in with 1 layer of this. We just apply this spray, and now what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna set the face with powder. So I'm gonna be going in with the Charlotte Tilbury powder right here, and I just cleaned my Beauty Blender puff. A lot of people ask me how I clean this. I just use my ZOTE soap, and it's a soap bar, and I clean it that way. I don't like to use liquid because I feel like liquid can ruin this. If you guys use a soap bar, it literally has the same consistency. And then I go in with the powder, and I just do this, and I start setting the face. You guys can see, like it gets rid of all the shine. And it even kind of helps in case you went a little overboard with your blush. It kind of helps like diffuse it out so it doesn't look as intense. This is really good, especially for somebody that has oily skin. I'm gonna let the skin do its thing. I'm gonna apply 1 more coat of setting spray right now. I'm gonna be using a different setting spray. So I'm gonna be using the HydroGrip now, because this is going to lock everything into place and just have it not go anywhere. If I had to pick between, because I know you guys are gonna ask me, if I had to pick between one or the other to really keep everything on all day during a hot summer day or hot summer night, HydroGrip by Milk. This stuff will not fail you. Like it literally locks everything in. This is the spray that I took when I went to Arizona. You guys know Arizona heat is not is not playing any games. My makeup was on all evening long. Like, it was locked into place, wasn't going anywhere. This stuff is amazing. I actually need to get another one because that is running super low. Okay guys, so I went off camera really quickly to do my hair. I just curled it. I'm gonna brush it out in a second. And then I have like my little roller here for my current bangs. But I wanted to show you guys the final step to this Flawless foundation complexion routine for the summertime. So I'm gonna be taking my ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder. You guys saw me talking about it just now, but this stuff is so amazing. I literally love this. You guys can see pretty much out of it. So what I like to do for my final step is go in with a brush and just press everything in. And I'm gonna do one side so you guys can see the difference. Look at the difference between having powder on and just looking very flawless and almost like poreless to having no powder on and having a little bit of some radiance. But once you go in with this last powder and really target the areas where you get the most oily, for me it's the T-zone and around the nose, it's gonna be locked into place all day long. This powder, highly recommend. If you guys haven't purchased this powder after my recommendations, I hope you guys do now because it's honestly so good. So now I'm gonna go in on this side. This is my Flawless Summer Foundation Complexion Routine. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. I love this outcome, and the good thing about this is that it's gonna stay in place all evening long. It is hot out, and I love the fact that I know I can trust my makeup to not fail me. That being said, I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you guys did, please give it a big thumbs up so I can do more fun, informative tutorials or more foundation routines. If you guys wanna see, let me know down below what you would like to see next on my channel. And I think that's all I have for you guys. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. And I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.